Ahoy there, YouTube travelers, interweb fellows. This is Isaac Stonerkov. I just wanted to say a quick one today. I had heard many scary stories of someone going in for a small procedure and waking up missing a limb or missing something more important, eyes or whatever. So, the night before my procedure, where I was going to be fully anesthetized and they were going to be cutting out huge hunks of bone and replacing it and doing all sorts of fun stuff, I went around to my knees, wrote X's, my elbows, on my arm, wrote not this arm, and then on my arm that they were supposed to operate on at the wrist, my mother wrote surgery on this arm with an arrow pointing up, and on my back wrote surgery on this shoulder with an arrow pointing, not to get too close to the actual operation site, but just to let people know. And then I drew a giant X over some other areas that they were not to touch. But come to the hospital, and the lady's like, "What's up with that?" The nurse. And I said, "Oh, I've heard all these horror stories. Explain my line of thought." And she said, "Well, sometimes doctors actually mark the operation area with an X. They will go over the operation area and the operation with you beforehand, and you'll like the doctor actually signed his signature on my shoulder, and I was supposed to draw my initials or whatever as evidence that I knew that was where the operation was going to be done." So I did the smiley face with the bullet hole and with the hole in the forehead and leaking the fun juice. So, anyways, I just wanted to let you know that you don't have to go ahead and be freaked out. The doctor will definitely, hopefully, know what they're working on, and they will, as long as they're decent. And my surgeon was a good surgeon. Will go over it with you, and then fully mark. And even in the operating room, the anesthesiologist was like, What arm were we working on?" I said, "Right arm." He said, "You mean correct?" I said, "No, as in the direction, right." And I, wiggled my right hand because that's about all I could do. I couldn't lift my arm or do anything with my arm. So they double, triple, quadruple check what they're supposed to be doing. So you don't have to be scared that you're going to go in for, a tummy tuck and leave a limb short. So thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bless you all.